Hello, it's Ollie here at the Crafty Whisk, and I'm so grateful that you could join me today. Welcome back, guys. In my last video we made this really pretty belly band using the pre-pleated fabric that we had already done in a mass make, and now today I'm going to be making the little folio or little booklet that goes underneath that belly band. So again, it is using printables from the teddy bear kit from My Porch Prints, and it is the three like a little trifold basically. Okay, so what I am planning on doing is having a photo there and a photo there, and then a couple of photos there and a photo there, and I'm just going to put a little journal in here, just so I've got room, because I plan on writing more than what there is room allowed for in here. So I pre-photocopy my lined pages. I just grabbed an old notebook, and I grabbed a printable tea-dyed paper or coffee-dyed paper from Create with Scrimp and Mummy. Did a whole page back and front with the coffee dye, and then I went over it just on one side, photocopied my lined paper over the top. So, and then I cut them in half for my little A5 notebooks. So I just need to trim this down to size. So I want my top to be, doesn't really matter I suppose. No, I want my top to be there. So I'm just going to make a mark of where I need to cut this down to. I might as well go the full height. So just there is where I need to trim. And then I also need to trim it the other way as well, because this will be too wide. So that's pretty good, and then I need to trim it there. You can use any paper, you can just use plain paper, whatever you fancy. It really doesn't matter. Alright, so is that all correct? So if I was to fold that into there, that over there, that all fits, so that is beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is just basically a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. You don't need to do anything special, it is literally only one page going in. So I am not going to bother with clamping it or anything like that. I think I can do a reasonable job without having it clamped. I'll just grab my awl, and I'm holding it into the corners in there, and I'm just going to go roughly centre, and then just a little bit up here, about an inch down from the top, and about an inch down from the bottom, like so. So you can see that it's not terribly even, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use crochet thread for this one, and I'm just going to go 2.5 lengths, should be plenty. You can even just use brads for this bit. Just poke the brads through. Let's see if I can thread this. Yes. Now, with your 3-hole pamphlet stitch, if you want the knot to be on the outside, you start on the outside. If you want the knot to be on the inside, you start on the inside. So I want mine to be on the inside, so I'm starting there. I'm just going to hold that thread, and I'm going to go up through one of the end ones, go all the way to the other end, and come back up through the middle without splitting the thread that's already there. So I just hold it away so that I can go through the hole, and that's it. That's all we do. So just tighten it up, but not so tight that you're going to rip the paper. And I've got one thread on either side of the long thread that's coming down, and we do a square knot. So I do left over right, and then right over left. Oops. Always find that one the harder one to do. And if you want to be doubly sure, then just do a third one. I'm using crochet thread, so I am doing a third one. Wax thread, you probably don't need to worry so much. I'm just going to, actually maybe I'll do this one into a bow. I won't put a dangle in there. So I'll just do a bow if I can. I haven't cleaned my hands since the belly band, so there's a bit of glue on them. And I might just do that into a double bow, if I can get my gluey fingers to pick up the cotton. There we go. And then just trim that one. And that is just a one-page little signature in there. Now what I do like to do is, where we poke the holes, it does tend to make a little bit of a ridge, so I just go down with my scissors and then just sort of poke those holes back down a bit. Okay, now what I also want to do is put some lace over this image, so that when this flap is closed, you can see the lace peeking out underneath, and you can still see the image there. I know it's probably, you know, it's a definitely, you don't have to do this bit. I just don't like the way that she's printed up on my printer. I've got just a couple of yellow lines there, so this will hide that, and I'll cut off the excess in a minute. I'm just trying to think what's the better glue to use. Probably this one, even though it's going to dry shiny. I might just give that a rough trim now so I don't put glue on the whole thing. This is good for snippet rolls. And I'll just grab my scrappy bit of glue paper and just put some glue on some strategic areas. I'm just like putting little fine dots on the flowers and that little top bit, and then I'll put a little bit of glue here and there just to make sure this doesn't sort of fly up. There we go. And move it to where I want it. And I'm just going to use my silicone spatula just so I don't get too much excess glue on my fingers. And then just sort of push it down. Okay. Now I'm going to cut off the excess. Rightio. Oh, stuck to me. It's still stuck to me. Get off. Okay, so we have the glue placed over her, and now I want to place some of this really, really pretty lace. It started off as white, and I've just coloured it blue a little bit, and I'll show you how I did that. So if you've ever got white, particularly nylon lace, that you don't want it to be white, I just use an ink dauber. This one I just happen to use Broken China Distress Oxide. It doesn't matter what kind of ink. I'm just using whatever ink was left on the dauber, and I just pat it onto the lace, and it colours it. It's not an all over uniform colour, but it is still a very pretty lace, and you've changed it from white to whatever colour you want in your project. Oh, actually I need that still. Here's this side. So what I want to do with this is place that like so, from that edge there to that edge there. So I don't really want this corner or this pointy bit here. So I'm just going to go through and chop that off. So then that will sit really nicely there, and I can probably even chop a bit more off. I'm not going to be very courageous and do it with my scissors because I know I'll go wonky. So I'm just going to bring my trimmer in. So even though they give you, when you buy online digitals, they give you printables like in folio forms or tags or whatever, you don't have to use what they've given you. You can change it. I'm just going to take off those two sharp bits there. And where's my lace? There it is. Then this should sit beautifully there, and it sort of goes over the top of that one. So that's lovely. So I'm just going to give it a rough trim there. That's good for snippets. And now I'm going to apply glue to the back of this one. And what I might do, I'll put some into a really fine decanter. So let's see if this works. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit tricky to get out of the nozzle. Or will I just use art glitter glue because that dries quite nicely. I've got this one out now. We'll give it a go. These little fine tip bottles you can get off of Amazon or your local craft store. Some $2 shops have them as well. You just need to try them out with a little bit of glue in there first in case they don't properly seal. And I'm sort of putting glue where I don't think it's going to be overly noticeable coming through. But I do want some to hang over, so I need to be aware of that as well. Okay, so I'm putting that flower there, and that flower ends up there, and I've glued to the bottom of that scallop, and use my silicone. And then trim off the excess. And there's none on that side. Okay, so there we have that. Make sure there's a little bit of glue there. So now that opens up, and we have a nice little one-page booklet which I've managed to glue together. And the back. Now you can put pockets in this if you want. I don't need to with this project, but a pocket would be great there, or even here. I'm just going to glue down the photos. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to do. Let's have a look. I was going to put that one there. Do I want a bit of lace underneath? I've got that little bit. No, that looks a bit weird. How about in the corner? Just for a bit of colour. No, I don't think so. I think I'll just use it as the photos, I think. I could come along later on and do some embellishing. I'm just using art glitter glue to glue down my photos in here throughout the whole journal, only because I have it to hand, so why not? Okay, these are two of her gorgeous cats. I haven't got a photo of her third cat, but there will be room in here for her to add it. There we go. That's my daughter on crutches many, many years ago, and Missy decided she wanted Amy to stay, so she, sat on the bottom of the crutch, so poor Amy couldn't move until Missy decided she wanted to go. And this is Sigh. Unfortunately, both of these have now passed, but they were beautiful. Missy was a beautiful, sweet-natured cat, and Sigh, he certainly had his person, and his person he loved dearly. We think he was a Maine Coon. He was absolutely huge. Beautiful cat. Alrighty, and then I had to. I mean, look, I know it's a bit blurry, but look at Orion, like, that's one of his silly cross-eyed faces. So I thought, you know what, Wendy, we both love animals, and I know this album's all about you, but Orion had to stick his little beak in. So there we go. Orion's made it to the journal. There we go. Silly little man. And then I've got room there to journal to my heart's content. So that will go. Oh, you're sitting on my page. Can you hop up, please? Thank you, Orion. So normally we would do some sort of closure for that, but because it's just going under a belly band, I don't feel the need to. So it's just going to go in like that, or like that. So that's that page all done. What do you think? When I finish the journal completely, or the memory book that I'm calling it, the Wendy Memory book, we'll do a complete flip through. I may have white pages or white bits of paper over the top of some of the photos. I'm only sort of showing you photos that I know won't matter being shown. Alright, so now the next thing I think we're going to do is I will work on the second signature, and I'll show you everything that I've done for the first signature, and I'll put it into the second signature. Alrighty, so we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it when I bring out a new video.